U.S. Bank Stadium is a sea of purple and nothing else. There are no fans in attendance today. If you plan on attending a baseball game in North Iowa this year, you're going to notice some changes. The Central Iowa Metropolitan League is enforcing just 2 tickets per player and coach in order to limit the amount of spectators in the stands. What happened in Texas last month can easily happen right here in the Med City. But how long can the IDSOs last? For a prolonged period of time. Like me, you like to fill out a March Madness bracket. I've got my Terps wing it all, but of course sports betting and gambling can be a slippery slope. As the most important piece of that roster, when the team is good, he's usually the one that's making them good. What better rivalry than one right here in the Med City? Bragging rights are on the line right here in Rochester. A lot of bits and pieces moving around on the taxi squad. We're going to see that a lot in the NHL this year.
As George alluded to earlier today, it's an entirely different feeling than what we saw earlier in the week with the general uneasiness that went on with this trial. We're at the George Floyd Memorial here in Minneapolis.
One of the things you'll find common this year is people wearing masks on the sideline. And when it comes to the spectators in the stands, they're not required to wear masks, only recommended. Usually there is a lot of fanfare about a 5-2 team when they host a 1-6 team, but there are plenty of storylines that make this such an interesting matchup. It's not the most enviable position for the Twins right now. They're down in an 0-2 hole after dropping the first 2 games of the series. Only 6 teams have made the playoffs after starting 0-3 on the season. That's the wrong side of history the Vikings want to be on. And even a little snow wasn't going to stop us. We have a quartet of matchups from Olmsted County. There's nothing Chris Stout and his sons Cameron and Elliott would rather do than play baseball.
Strike 3 on the inside corner.
This year, though, the baseball season never started for the Stouts. So now the Stout squad is playing the game they adore before an unlikely but appreciative home crowd.
We needed the practice anyway. All the practices are canceled and delayed right now, so I decided, well, we should play baseball, and rather than play in our backyard where no one can see us, I'm sure there's some people who would appreciate seeing us play baseball, so let's go play in front of the nursing home.
Each day, the Stouts play catch before the watchful eye of residents at Edenbrook, Rochester, just a few blocks from their home. They put on a show simulating real game action, giving fans old enough to remember when baseball really was America's pastime a taste of that beloved game. The Stout boys play for the Rochester Heat, and Elliott is also a bat boy for the Honkers. The younger Stout is energized by the senior fan base.
It's nice because they're having fun and they don't get to get outside, so it's better to see someone do it for them.
Nursing homes have been some of the hardest hit by COVID-19, but during this pandemic, the Stout family is giving residents something to look forward to each day.
Residents absolutely love it. They look forward to it. They've become a part of our family here. We look forward to seeing them every single day.
And putting smiles on the faces of the fans eliminates any pandemic darkness, making the players whole and happy.
It feels good to know that, maybe we're something we look forward to from people's days. Knowing that, that this could be the highlight of somebody's day, it makes it easier to get up and go.
Each day ends with a wave to residents. A see you later until these boys this summer play ball again tomorrow.
It's another form of smile that we get to share alongside with them.
Chris says they will continue to play here during the pandemic as long as the weather holds up. In Rochester, Zach Gilleland, KIMT News 3. For the first time since 2019, the Roosters Baseball Club of Rochester is back on the field, so grab a glove and get after it.
Zach, it's 1860 baseball. It's barehanded.
Uh-oh. In a time where there were no gloves or batting helmets, the baseball club showcases America's pastime from its humble beginnings.
My heart was just so full of goodness just from seeing everybody again.
The Roosters canceled their 2020 season because of COVID. Team captain Corky Gaskell watched the window close on a potential season as the pandemic worsened.
Towards the end of the season, it got harder and harder to stay positive because it was just, we ran out of runway so quickly at the end there.
But the Roosters are back in 2021. Michael Olson has been with the club for 20 years and looked forward to this day for a while.
I couldn't be more excited of just getting outside, being back with these guys. It's been a long 18 months. I did a lot of biking and running, but it's not the same as baseball.
Things will look different this year, but some will stay the same. The club's trademark mascot is present, and he's equipped with cleaning supplies to keep the players safe. And after a long layoff from the diamond, players had to polish off some rust. That included myself. My first time seeing live pitching since high school. Oh. It took a while to shake off some of the cobwebs before I was able to hit some line drives. All right. That was good. We'll end it on that one. In the words of Corky, it's not about playing the game, it's about the camaraderie shared by teammates and opponents. Gaskell said their first game back will be long overdue.
It's going to be hard not to hug everybody. It's just one of those things where, as captain and as the organizer of this group, just to see the guys excited about being out just makes me very happy.
In Rochester, Zach Gilleland, KIMT News 3 Sports.